Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for amazing content. Let's go. The 1-cent euro coin of the year 2002 is one of the smallest denominations in the official currency system of the eurozone. It was introduced as part of the new euro currency system on the 1st of January 2002, when 12 European Union countries officially adopted the euro as their common currency, replacing their old national currencies such as the Deutsche Mark in Germany, the franc in France, the lira in Italy, and the peseta in Spain. The 1-cent coin has a very small value, but it plays an important role in completing everyday transactions, particularly in countries where prices often end with fractions that require cent coins. Collectors and historians value these coins not only for their use but also for the fact that they mark the very beginning of the euro era. The design of the 1-cent euro coin has two major sides, the common side and the national side. The common side is the same for all member states of the eurozone and was designed by Belgian artist Luc Luycx. On this side, the coin shows a globe situated in the bottom right, displaying the map of the European Union in its early form, surrounded by the 6 parallel lines that cross behind the globe. These lines are intersected by 12 stars, symbolizing the unity and solidarity of the European nations. The coin has a smooth edge, unlike many larger denominations, which makes it unique in texture when touched. The national side varies from country to country, because each eurozone member is allowed to design its own reverse side, often featuring national symbols, famous figures, or important heritage emblems. For example, Germany features the oak twig, Ireland shows the Celtic harp, and Spain has the portrait of King Juan Carlos I. This makes the 2002 1-cent coin very interesting for collectors, as it was the first year of issue and it carries different national designs depending on the country of minting. The coin is made of a special composition called copper-covered steel. This gives the coin its reddish-brown color and also makes it magnetic, unlike many other coins. Its official specifications include a diameter of 16.25 mm, a weight of 2.30 grams, and a thickness of 1.67 mm. Because of its small size, it is often seen as a lightweight and tiny coin, sometimes overlooked by the public, yet it is still legal tender in all eurozone countries. The production of the coin began in 1999, before the euro was physically introduced, but the year 2002 is significant because it was the first year of actual circulation. Millions of these coins were minted across Europe in various mints such as Berlin, Paris, Rome, Madrid, and other national mints. From a historical perspective, the 2002 1-cent euro coin is more than just a currency. It represents the unification of Europe through a single monetary system. Before 2002, travelers moving across Europe had to exchange different national currencies, which was not only inconvenient but also costly. With the introduction of the euro, and with small denominations like the 1-cent coin, it became easier for people to shop, trade, and travel across borders without worrying about currency conversion. It also symbolized a step toward European integration, not just economically but politically as well. In daily life, however, some countries such as Finland and the Netherlands later decided to reduce the use of 1 and 2 cent coins by rounding prices, but these coins remain legal tender across the euro area. In terms of collectability and value, most 1-cent coins from 2002 are common and circulate widely. Their face value remains just 1 cent, but some rare variations exist that can be more valuable to collectors. For example, coins minted with errors, or those produced in limited numbers by certain mints, can attract interest from numismatists. Additionally, coins that are kept in uncirculated or proof condition, special shiny versions made for collectors, can be worth more than their face value. Countries like Monaco, San Marino, and Vatican City also issued 1-cent coins in 2002, but in very limited numbers, making them rare and desirable among collectors. The symbolic meaning of the 1-cent euro coin cannot be ignored. Although it is the lowest denomination, it represents the idea that every small unit has value, and every citizen, regardless of wealth, plays a part in the larger economic system. In many cultures, finding a small coin such as the 1 cent is even considered lucky, a sign of fortune and prosperity. For students of economics, history, and culture, the 1-cent coin is an example of how money is not just a medium of exchange but also a carrier of identity, heritage, and symbolism. Finally, the legacy of the 2002 issue is important because it was the start of the physical euro circulation. Even though the coin itself is small and often underestimated, it marks the beginning of a new financial era for Europe. It is part of the first generation of euro coins, and thus it holds a special place in collections and in the history of modern Europe. Many people still keep the 2002 1-cent coins as souvenirs of the euro's launch year, especially those who witnessed the transition from their old currencies to the new euro system. Over time, these coins will remain reminders of a historical milestone that changed Europe's economic and cultural landscape forever. The 1-cent euro coin of 2002 belongs to a very special moment in modern European history, because that year marked the official birth of the euro currency in physical form. Although the euro had already existed as a virtual currency, used for banking and financial markets since 1999, it was only in January 2002 that coins and banknotes were introduced into daily life for ordinary citizens. This was the largest currency changeover in history, replacing national currencies that had existed for centuries. For example, Germany gave up the Deutsche Mark, France said farewell to the franc, Italy retired the lira, Spain moved on from the peseta, and many other nations replaced their traditional symbols of money with the new euro. The 1-cent coin, even though tiny in value, became part of this grand transformation. The history of the euro project goes back to the 1950s and 1960s, when European leaders began to imagine closer economic and political integration after the devastation of the Second World War. The Treaty of Maastricht 1992 was the official legal foundation that created the European Union and set the roadmap for the introduction of a single currency. The idea was that a shared currency would strengthen economic cooperation, reduce barriers to trade, stabilize prices, and symbolically unite the continent under one financial system. After years of planning, the euro was launched on the 1st of January 1999 in electronic form, but only in 2002 did coins and banknotes enter circulation. Thus, every 2002 euro coin, including the 1-cent piece, belongs to this first year of life of the new money. The 1-cent coin itself was designed to reflect both modern European identity and respect for national heritage. On the common side, the globe with the European continent shows Europe's place in the world economy, while the 12 stars represent unity and harmony among the EU countries. The 6 parallel lines crossing behind the globe are meant to symbolize stability, direction, and communication. The reverse or national side allowed each member country to honor its own culture, traditions, or leaders. For example, France chose the young Marianne as a symbol of the Republic, Italy featured the Castel del Monte, and Spain included King Juan Carlos I. This balance between a shared European identity and individual national pride was a central philosophy behind the euro design. Historically, the 2002 minting of the 1-cent euro coin was massive. Billions of coins were produced across different national mints, from Berlin and Paris to Rome and Madrid. Because of the high demand for new money to replace old currencies, it is estimated that more than 7 billion 1-cent coins were struck in the first year alone. Citizens lined up at banks to exchange their old money for euro starter kits that contained small denominations, including the 1-cent coin. For many people, holding this tiny copper-colored coin in their hands was their very first physical experience of being part of a truly united Europe. Despite its very low face value, the coin's historical meaning is far greater than its worth. It was proof that Europeans could cooperate on an unprecedented scale. Before 2002, the idea of giving up one's national currency was unthinkable for many, because money is not just economics, it is tied to national identity, history, and pride. Yet the euro became reality, and the 1-cent coin of 2002 stands as a small but powerful reminder of that achievement. Even though some countries later discouraged the use of such small coins by rounding prices, like in Finland and the Netherlands, the 1-cent coin still remains legal tender and continues to circulate across the continent. For collectors, the 2002 issues are fascinating because they represent the very first circulating year of the euro. They are not rare in general circulation, but when found in uncirculated condition or as proof sets, they gain special value. More importantly, coins from smaller states like Vatican City, Monaco, and San Marino are highly prized, because their mintage was extremely limited in 2002 compared to larger nations like Germany or France. These coins are considered rare treasures in the numismatic world. In conclusion, the 1-cent euro coin 2002 carries a rich history that goes far beyond its monetary value. It is a symbol of European unity, a witness to one of the largest currency transitions in human history, and a reminder that even the smallest coin can represent big changes in politics, economics, and identity. Today, holding a 2002 1-cent coin is like holding a piece of history, the moment Europe truly entered a new era.